Buddy Will from the What's Up in the Sky 37 channel or online at www.what'supinthesky.com. And you are looking at a Curiosity rover picture, and this one's kind of a there's some interesting things up in here in the top, but this has got to look like a bust of a human man, like an old man with a beard, a nose, two eyes, crooked eyes. And of course, this is most likely matrixing. So if you're troll, please don't come here and say, "Ah, you're an idiot." Blah, 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 blah. This definitely is something that looks like the human face. I mean, look at it. It looks like it's got a bust or a little platform for it. And when I was looking at it, I was like, this is kind of cool. It brought me right to it. And right now I've got it. Here, I'll show you how it actually came from the rover. Here we go. But around it, there's also some very interesting things. Once again, it looks like we got this conduit or something running through here, and it's all over the place on Mars. It seems like there's tubes and stuff, something that's going on. Look at all that stuff up. Here's where you find the picture right here. I'm going to link it as always. It'll be linked up, so you don't even have to come here and try and read all this stuff off. Just go to my description, all my videos. If you're new to my videos, everything always has a link. And if for some reason it's changed and you're looking for it, if you email me or just comment in the video, believe me, I'd take the time to go find it for you. So, and what I did to this was basically added a little bit of sharpen, a little bit of gamma, here I can even, and put it on this other layer here. And when you knock it off, you can bring it out a lot more. I mean, it knocks down some of the darkness of it, but what I wanted to do was pull out some of what this up here, which to me was interesting. You've got this piece right here, which these seem to be little dead pixels or something on the actual, on the actual camera itself. But what's interesting in it, when you add that contrast and you start pulling the gamma out, you really see it looks like it's got a trail behind it. Now, that's just me saying that it looks like it's got a trail behind it. That could be just image artifact. But what I really was interested in here was the shapes of this here and what looks to be piping or something that like for framing that's been destroyed. It's got some circles to it. It's got what looks like spheres and stuff on the end of it. And as always, I see what I see, you see what you see. This could be totally be rock. It could totally be something else. And as we go through the picture, not trying to make you sick there. With the black and whites get a little get a little tricky. Um, but there's a lot of cool stuff on here, and I recommend you get that Midnight Planets. It's for iPhone, and I know it's on the iPhone and the other thing, and Mars images, because you can look at these in with your 3D glasses. Like I've been sitting here staring with the 3D glasses on my little iPad to find some of these anomalies, and boy, do they stick out. So, I mean, they're just pop right out when you see the two black and white, because it's got the right and the left cam that snap at the same time. And a lot of times that's how you can find if there's an image artifact, if it's something wrong with the camera. If the right caught something and the left didn't catch it, usually there's something amiss there. Um, but next to this little thing right here is what seems to be something that's got a tail. Now, I'm not, like I said, this could just be a carving, it could be a rock, but whatever it is seems to have a tail that's out into the air. And you can see under it here, looks like it's perched up on something, and you can see its little face there, and it comes down, and it just comes over. We don't have rocks around my parts that come down like this and just square off and all of a sudden have a little banana tail to them. Don't know about your parts, but we're not on Mars, so we don't know what's on Mars. But look at that. I love how just pulling a little bit of gamma and just a little bit of that just pulls out that under what's just hidden by the way they take the pictures, the way they process them when they come back. They take so much out of it. I mean, look at this, even just right here. Just look at the difference what a little bit of gamma can do to it. But like I said, I'm not going to keep you long on this one because this was kind of a fun one more, like I said, because this guy's like the bearded dude over here. Where's he at? Where's my bearded guy up here? He definitely looks like Santa Claus or something. He's got ears, he's got cheeks, he's got a nose, he's got eyes, he's got a big old mouth, got a beard, and he's got a base. Just like you'd find sitting on somebody's mantle or something like that. Um, Check this. See, here you've got these two little symmetry here, these rocks. Interesting stuff. Two circles, look like a figure eight there. As always, we find this stuff strewn all over Mars. It looks like Uncle Jake's junkyard, as my buddy Terry always says from Paris. More Uncle Jake's junkyard. Look what we got. And if you look at this stuff, it's definitely looks like it's been just thrown about. Oh, and there's one other thing here. This too. Check this out. This piece comes around. It's like a broken pipe. I should have brought this up at first. Now, and this piece here that goes, you can see through it. See that right there? So if that's a rock, it's a rock that you can actually see through. See how it's got like a fin? It almost looks like a buried machine right there, as well as down here. So let me put that back on with the other. Um, so you can see right through it, and it looks like it's connected to this bottom part. It almost looks like a fin on like a boat or something along those lines. And it wouldn't be a surprise to see boats here. But what's really interesting is see this piece right here, how it comes up and around and over and kind of comes down. It almost looks like just piping that comes along and goes, through it into something else. Back through here, and there's an interesting piece right here as well. Let's see if we can't pull that up a little bit closer. See here? And the stuff is, like I said, look how you don't even notice it by the way they process the pictures over at NASA. And then just a little bit of work, and that wasn't much. I mean, let's see, watch. Image, adjustments, exposure. Let's just do a little bit of the gamma first. Pour a little gamma out. Not too much. Give it a little exposure. We'll go with that. Now we're going to go with some smart sharpen once we get this out. Filter, sharpen, smart sharpen. And see now, that's how I got it. I could run it, and it's going to take a little bit to run it. Um, I've got another video oh, that didn't take too long going in the background. But see, now I've got pretty much a little bit darker because I made it a little bit darker. I went back to the contrast again on it. But we've got something going on here. It's got stuff sticking out here. As always, everything's just buried, like whatever happened there on Mars. And I've been looking into that whole electric universe, thunderbolt, maybe like a big lightning that took out the planet. Um, at least one time took out the planet, and it would, all the vitrification we've seen, all the really melted things that we've seen, it kind of makes sense the more and more I listen to it. Um, Now, that whether this is something that is living or not, or if maybe this was just another rock that's perched under it, I'd love to know what you guys think about this. And like I said, Uncle, this is the bearded man here. His eyeballs are a little bit crooked. He's looking at you, little crazy, crazy cock. His head's cocked to the side. But here are these little ropes. They look like I've just the rock. Either the rocks up there are growing in in long tubes, like here, see this three pattern? It looks like almost like a three, like they're growing in tube patterns or something like that when they were forming as the planet formed, or somehow as something heated up and it came down, or it's something like piping. It's old stuff from an old civilization. I can't tell you how old, but to me, or see, a lot of people will come on here, and I've got a couple guys that really, really, I've watched their videos. They claim that the life is everywhere on here, and I'm not going to sit there and say it's not. I'm just not going to report what I don't see, because I always say I see what I see, you see what you see, and I don't like saying, if I don't see it, I'm not going to tell you I see it. Um, and you guys, you guys are talking. You know who I'm talking to. Yes, I got no hard feelings for anybody, man. You know what I mean? You guys, everybody's got a theory, can bring it to the table, because this is a whole other planet. We don't even know what's going on our planet, more or less what's going on another planet. We're just getting a glimpse with the rover, and a hell of a glimpse what we've been getting from what we've got. Uh, Once this stuff's kind of interesting here, more shapes everywhere you look. There's shapes. Um, I don't know, guys. Let me know what you think. Our bearded man, like I said, I didn't want to let this one go too long because most people probably think this one's just a joke. It's because of the bearded man, but every once in a while you got to have a good time. After the last one, I really wanted that last video with the with that whatever looks like a cog. It's tool mark or more on it. The tool mark made by Opportunity Rover. It looks like it's definitely a tool mark. Angie had found, the girl Angie. I forget her last name, but she found out on Facebook. She got the needle out of the haystack and found another, a piece where the rat made the exact same impression. So to me, I think that's pretty much debunked now. I will leave the video up. I've noted it. I've put other things in there. But just looking at this stuff, this just looks like, rubble that's been tossed around. So, all right, guys, much love to you. I'm gonna leave you with leave you with this one, and I got some really decent things coming up here soon. I really didn't take a look up here too much too. This is where I thought it looks like the foundation of a building that's just collapsed. Or something was here. It just, you see it's got beams and it's got either some rocks that, unless the rocks are growing in real long cylinders that go around, and it looks like this one comes and tucks through. Let me pull this up. This looks like a hoop. This looks like it comes and tucks through and goes straight down. Now, unless rocks are growing like that there on the surface, which could be wrong. I said I'm not an expert on, Martian geology or, makeup or evolution, and so all I see is look at pictures and read stuff to you guys, and have a lot of fun doing it. But our little boat guy right here is definitely a cool anomaly. Don't know what to say about that other than that absolutely to me looks like that's hollow right there, like, stick your hand through it. So, all right, guys, much love to you. And that does look kind of like a face. Yeah, we're a recognized face. We see faces all the time as humans, but it definitely looks like something kind of staring at you. But not as cool as this guy staring at you. I love to meet this man. This maybe this was the wise guy who used to navigate the Gale Crater when it was a huge water pit or something like that. Leave you with a little bit of it. What's up in the sky.com, www. Put that, you don't have to put that in front of it, but What's Up in the Sky 37. My name is Will Farrar. Check it out. Come over to the website. We got a lot of people posting their stuff up. If you're interested in, if you write space articles or you're into this stuff, you put videos up. I've got no problem letting people post on the website. Just, shoot me an email, will@willfarrar.net, and we'll talk. So, much love, guys. Peace.